ANC Deputy President David Mabuza is leading the party's electioneering in KwaZulu-Natal, Newcastle today. Mabuza has been campaigning in areas where the ANC is trying to regain lost ground. eNCA senior reporter Siphamandla Goge has been on the story for us and he joins us now live. Siphamandla, speak to us about whether or not the Deputy President has arrived and what his plan is, given it's crunch time now as we head to the polls.
Indeed, I can confirm to you that he has arrived in Newcastle. He has been spending a couple of hours here now campaigning in Newcastle. Those who are familiar with KwaZulu-Natal would know that Newcastle is in the northern part of the province. It falls under Mabuza district municipality, which comprises of municipalities such as Madlangeni and Utrecht. And I can tell you that all political parties are vying for Newcastle municipality. It's one of the richest municipalities in this district of Mabuza. My colleague Joko Mane will show you where the Deputy President of the ANC, David Mabuza, is campaigning. Few meters away from where we are, there was a scuffle, some ANC members fighting, but the Deputy President, of course, was not there. This is a hotly contested Mabuza district municipality, and Newcastle forms part of that. So over there, you see Deputy President of the ANC, David Mabuza, flanked by the Provincial Secretary of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, They are campaigning here in Newcastle. Of course, politically, this is a municipality under siege from other political parties who are vying for it. They want to wrestle it from the ANC. There is a big factor here of the EFF, which is doing extremely well. There is the re-emergence of the eNCA Freedom Party and the National Freedom Party. But also, interestingly, there is a number of candidates, I think about 9 candidates who are independents. They are contesting in various wards. They are former members of the ANC, and I can tell you that is one of the things that is making ANC leaders to have sleepless nights here in KwaZulu-Natal, because about 9 independent candidates who are former members of the ANC are contesting here in Newcastle. So those are the political dynamics in Newcastle, and that is why the ANC is bringing heavyweights, including their Deputy President David Mabuza, to come and campaign here.
Sure, Siphamandla, we're going to try and stay with these visuals, but I just want to speak about the fact that it's crunch time now. We're heading to the 1st of November, and we do know that in many wards like this, a lot of the time voters don't even know who their ward councillors are, don't even know who they should be voting for. And you have a situation where the ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa, the Deputy President David Mabuza, is out being the face and campaigning for the party, especially in contested areas like where you are at the moment. This is obviously a strategy for the ANC to try and woo voters for the ANC.
It is a strategy for the ANC. I can tell you that an hour ago we were somewhere in Osizweni Township. Interestingly, you're mentioning the issue of candidates. One lady there told the Deputy President of the ANC, David Mabuza, when he introduced the councillor candidate there, this old lady said to the Deputy President of the ANC, well, you are bringing in this new guy now. The one who was a councillor before, the outgoing councillor, did not do anything for us. You are bringing in someone new that we don't know. You are introducing him. What is he going to do for us? That tells you about the sentiment that is on the ground. But of course, not too many people will share the same sentiment. Others have endorsed these candidates that have been put forward by the governing party, including a process of engaging community members. We know that there are disputes in some wards and in some areas, but here it seems as if many people are identifying with the national leaders of various political parties. It's the same thing with the EFF. Many people here identify with Julius Malema. Same thing with the IFP. They identify with the national leader of the IFP and the DA. So I guess the task now is for the local candidates to work hard to ensure that they are known in communities that they serve. And that's a genuine concern that some people have raised, to say, well, some of the candidates, we do not know them. But then again, the question would be, well, these are the people who've been presented in community meetings. They've been endorsed and nominated by community members. Those who say they do not know them, maybe it's a question of them participating when it comes to these processes. But overall, there is that concern on the ground about candidates and political parties bringing in their pink guns. These are not provincial and national general elections. These are local government elections. People who should be leading these campaigns should be local candidates.
Definitely, and it just speaks to the kind of strategy that political parties are adopting. Just lastly, Siphamandla, you mentioned in the beginning of this interview that there was a scuffle between members and the community members. Can you tell us what you know about that and what was the reason for this? Is it perhaps because they were not very keen on the ANC campaigning in this area? What was that attributed to? Do you know?
I'll be brutally honest with you. I'm unable to say for certain what caused that scuffle, but it happened immediately after or during an interview that was being conducted by the chairperson of the ANC in the eMalahleni region, Dr. Ntutuko Mahlaba, who is the mayor of Newcastle. I think the Deputy President is coming out now. Joko Mane will stay with the visuals of ANC Deputy President David Mabuza leaving. But the scuffle broke out when that interview was underway with some of our colleagues, and it seems as if people were involved. They were not wearing ANC regalia, but of course, at some point there were clashes with some ANC members or people who were wearing that regalia. So it's something that we'll investigate further to try and ascertain what was happening. Police had to intervene to break that one off. Let's see if we can get a comment from the Deputy President. Deputy President Mabuza, we are live on eNCA. How is your campaign going? People are complaining about water, electricity, houses, so forth and so on. These are the things that you know very well.
Yes. Well, the campaign is okay. The mood it's very positive. All the houses that I've visited, people are ready, they are going to vote. Well, they've got a problem of water.
A long-standing one.
Yes, and the roads. But the biggest thing is the formalization of the place. It must be formalized. We must establish a township so that they can bring a lot of services. That is on the card, and it's going to happen. I'm fairly okay. You can see people here are very calm. As much as they raise those issues, if they raise water, but they say no, there's a water tanker that comes from time to time to deliver water.
And some of them say they do not know some of your local candidates, the councillor candidates.
Yeah, no, I'm going with them now, yes. Each time I'm in a particular ward, I'm with the ward candidate. And this one is well known. Yeah, very hardworking. And I'm sure he's going to represent the people very well. And I'm sure he's going to respect them, and we expect the same from our people.